TT here with day 4 of Energywork for Immunity. So hopefully you've been practicing with me over the past week and had some benefits that you're already feeling from these practices. We're going to go through lots of different kinds of practices over the course of the month. And today we're doing slightly different from the previous ones. We're doing a practice that involves more like posture and stance and a gentle movement. So it's not as much of a whole body movement. The practice we're going to do today is connecting earth and sky in Zhuang posture. This is a traditional posture or stance in Qigong, Tai Chi, and some Kung Fu practice. And I'll kind of walk you through the details of exactly how to position your body. And the reason this is important is because this particular positioning of the body is really meant to relax and soften the upper body and strengthen the roots and the core of the lower body. And in that way, we're really working on opening up the channels of energy, our meridian flow. We're really working on relaxing the mind, relaxing the body together. Again, relaxation and relief of stress and tension is one of the #1 things we can do to boost our immune health. So no matter what kind of practice we're doing, all of the practices I'm going to do over the course of this month have that property among many as something that I'm centering. So ability to soften, to relax, to deepen, slow the breath, all these good qualities come in handy when we're looking to bring support for our immune system. So today we'll be doing that practice. We'll get into it in just a moment. Okay, standing in Zhuang posture, we're going to look at the kind of static positioning of the body first, and then we'll do a little very gentle and slow movement of connecting earth and sky, drawing energy out from the lower dantian center, connecting the 3 centers, lower, middle, and upper dantian. And we'll get into all that in just a moment. But we'll start with exactly how you should try to approach standing in this posture. And of course, you want to augment what I'm showing you in a way that works for your body. But it's not in theory, a difficult posture to get into. We're not going into really extreme positionings. It's just something about holding and sensing and feeling how your body is. So I'll stand sideways on. You can see a little bit of how I'm standing, but my feet start about shoulder width apart, between hip and shoulder width, somewhere in that range. So just take a moment first to feel your feet. So we start from the bottom up. It's really important in this posture. One of the benefits of it is that rooting and grounding that we're going to get. Really feeling the weight of our body being invited down by gravity. So feel that through your feet first. Take a moment if you want to just kind of rock your weight, feel the bottoms of your feet. When you feel settled, connected through the outside of the feet all the way around, the inside of the feet, the pads, the heels, and everything. Just let your weight sink down a little bit. And in doing that, you can bend your knees a little bit. Now, we don't need to go really deep here, but we don't want to lock our knees. We want to bend our knees a little bit. And when you bend your knees forward, you might feel like your butt, your pelvis kind of here starts to go back a little bit. That's totally natural, and we're going to invite that. We'll get to the details there in just a second. But first, feeling the bend in your knees. Knees kind of moving out slightly towards the toes. So we're a little bit sunken here. And before we do anything else, just feel again that quality of connecting to the earth. Feel the weight of your body through your knees. You might feel some heaviness. If your knee joints are sensitive, you don't have to go really deep. This can be done in a deeper way like this. As long as your knees aren't locked and they're a little bit bent, then we're in the right direction. So once your knees are a little bit bent, we're going to look at the pelvis and the tilt and movement of the hips here. So we're not really going to do a whole lot mechanically around here. One thing we want to be mindful of is the tailbone is kind of tucked under. So we're lengthening that lumbar region of the spine, opening up the lower back. If you have any trouble kind of figuring out how to do that, you can think about actually drawing a slight contraction with the lower abdominal muscles here. A slight contraction there is going to bring that tailbone and sacrum under a little bit. It actually opens up our sacrum, called Ming Man in Chinese medicine. So we're opening up this channel. And that feeling almost provides you like a third center to go down into the earth, right? Our legs are kind of coming forward with their weight. And then we have this third leg, imaginary here, behind us from the tailbone tucked under, opening up to the earth. Almost like you were gonna continue that and sit down on a stool, but just the beginning of that. So feeling that, open up those channels, see if you can release contraction in the muscles in your perineum underneath the pelvis. So the perineum is a muscle under here, the sphincters down there, the glutes. Try not to have that contracted, try to open all that up and just have a little contraction in the abdominals to bring that tailbone under. Then we're gonna check with our upper body. So sometimes it's normal when we tuck the tailbone for like our chest to really compress a lot. At the same time, we don't want that. We also don't want the chest really big and lifted up too much. We want kind of a natural neutral place. So if you want to feel that, think about keeping the hips where they are, keeping the lower body stationary, and just feel like what it feels like to open the chest a lot, what it feels like to compress a lot, and find like a nice middle ground. You feel your shoulders are relaxed. The chest is slightly open, but not pressed forward. We're keeping some space there for now the thoracic spine, the middle of the back. Just feel that. Again, check the shoulders are relaxed. And then for the upper part of our spine, the cervical spine, we just let our chin kind of hang, or you could think about extending from the crown of your skull. So we don't want the chin to be sticking out. We don't want our head to be resting here either. But it's kind of this slight opening in the back of the neck and a lifting through the top of the head. So this is our Zhuang posture. Again, it's a relatively easy posture to stay in for a little while. And it's one that in traditional Qigong and Tai Chi practice, we often practice this for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, just sitting like this, standing like this, that is. And it can be really good for drawing power, drawing energy from the earth. One thing it's also really good for is figuring out your base. So the idea is letting the weight of your body drop lower and lower and lower, so you have really good balance, really good roots, but all of this up here stays light and relaxed. And then that translates to other kinds of movement practice where you have heavy base and light, free upper body movement. There's that quality of like really rooted, but really light, easy to move. So this cultivates that. And one of the ways it cultivates it is the same way it helps boost our immune health, by opening up all the channels, particularly through the back of the body. So then we're gonna do a little formal breathing practice with this. We're gonna start with just centering in the lower dantian. So you can bring your hands here if you like. Again, check tailbones tucked under, the perineum and sphincters are released, knees are soft, chest is not too open, not too closed, chin is weighted, top of the head is extended, and shoulders are relaxed. From just connecting to this, we're actually going to come out here like we're holding a ball. The thumbs pointing upwards, the palms just slightly turned upwards as well. So not completely vertical, but slightly turned. Again, holding the ball. We do a very nice and slow and easy connection to earth and sky here. We breathe in and we move this connection up. Once you get to about the height of your head, keep the rest of your body in the same posture. We turn our palms up and breathe out. And we breathe in, turn the palms back in, drop, keep the elbows heavy. Turn the palms to the earth, breathe out. Palms face the center, breathe in. Palms face the sky, breathe out. Palms face the center, breathe in. Palms face the earth, breathe out. And you see the whole time I'm really keeping my elbows heavy. I'm not really moving my elbows a whole lot, to be honest. They just might move a few inches. It's mostly my forearms. scanning up and down. There's lots of different kind of varieties or variations you can do of this kind of practice, but in this one we're really keeping our Zhuang posture nice and steady. So we have this really great, nice and open base of our body as kind of a vessel or a conduit for opening up to earth energy, sky energy. So in addition to the posture itself, kind of opening up channels and bringing a different quality of relaxation than maybe you would normally get from some of your practices, when we let the weight of our body really sink, deepening, sinking, lowering, all of this can bring really deep relaxation and can really help us to find those qualities of stillness, softness, restoration that is so good for our immune health. And then in addition to that, we're channeling this energy from the other two sources, as it's called in Qigong, the earth and the sky, the sources of life. And I feel as I'm doing this movement, a lot of just gentle stimulation through my back, even though I'm not moving a whole lot. Just holding the posture and being really still and slow and intentional, things start to open up. Muscles kind of find spots of tension and they release just from my breath, breathing in and out, in and out. So we'll do a couple more. And then to finish, bring this holding the ball feeling to about chest height. And just rest here for a few moments. And see if in these last moments of this practice you can really center on relaxing the shoulders, dropping the shoulder blades, feeling the elbows heavy, but the thumbs pointed up, the palms slightly turned in and up. Feel that lengthening through the top of your head, that hanging of the tailbone, sacrum. And just imagine all the weight of your body and all the strength of your body that your body possesses. All of that just sinking and washing down into your legs, into your knees, into your feet, and then into the earth. In this structure, it's like my pelvis supports my torso, which is supporting my arms and head. My knees support my pelvis. My feet support my knees, and the earth supports it all. So I just drop in, visualizing. Visualization is so key for these energy practices. Just visualizing all of my weight dropping, washing down, further and further down until it's just into the earth. All my weight's going into the earth. Release and straighten out of the posture. And as with all these practices, take that minute or two just to sense and feel how your body is.